Okay, so in this video tutorial, just I'm going to tell you about the next, steps for your Angular projects. So the first of all, you can say that this is my API running endpoints, that is API products with their page results. Like in the details, we have the products detail, and also we have the pagination class. We just return the count and the data and the page index and the page number. So similarly, you can add the models class under your core or the shared project and under the shared folder. So under the models, we just add some models to related to your projects, to related to your API projects, and that is the similar. Okay, so here you need to add some models like product model, like pagination model, like cart model, like order model, and that actually contain camel notations properties. So also we can add interfaces, we can add types, we can add classes. So a type and the interface both are the looks similar in your TypeScript, but in the class, in the case of the class, you need to add you need to initialize the properties. So if you need to add some initializations, uh, so you can use the class instead of you can use type and the interface. So here we just add a type first of all, which is related to the products, and in the product type we just add the properties which is getting from the data section in your endpoint, that is API and the products. So ID is a number type and the name is a string, description is a string, and the price is the number. You know that in the TypeScript we have a similar data types which is related to the floating point numbers, decimal numbers, and the integer numbers. That is the number. Okay, and we all know that a TypeScript is a strongly typed language right now. So you can just declare a variable before initializing it. So here we have a picture URL, type, and the brands. But you notice that in our project we just add a categories instead of the brands. So you need to add some categories related to the brands, and the quantity in the stocks is the type of the number. Now the next one you to add. So here we have a pagination class that is related to the pagination class. So you need to add the pagination TypeScript file. So the next model is the pagination model, and that model is designed based on your output in your Postman. So first of all, you see the output in the Postman. Then after you design the models in your Angular projects. So here I'm going to add another type, that is the pagination type. But if you want to initialize some values like related to the page number and the page size, you need to add a class here instead of the type. Okay, so like the page number is like a number, and the page number, I mean to say that page index. Okay, because in a API we just use a page index here. So page size and the count, that is the total count, you can say. And the next one is the data, that is the generic types. So you can add a data of t angular brackets. So here you need to check the product params here, that is the categories here. Okay, so instead of the brand we have a categories. Okay, so just go again in the product page, product.typescript file, and change the brand with the category. Okay, so here we have a generic properties, and here we have a product space. That product specs param, that we have a categories and the sorting and the searching here. Okay, so that is the shop params, that is related to the categories and the types. So here you need to add that is the class, because I want to initialize the page index and the page number, and empty array for the categories and the types. So you need to add a categories like a string type of array and initialize with the empty array first. And the next one is related to the types, sorting and the searching. So type is also a string of array, and the next one is the sort of type string, and just go for the paging params, that we have a page number and the, or you can say the page index and the page size. That we have a page index is 1 and the page size is 10, and the next one is the search. We have a empty text here, and if you want to add another registrations, so you need to add another models like related to the users, user.ts file, and the user.ts file is actually export type user, that is the first name, last name, email, and the address. And the next one is the address and the roles, and the roles is a list of string types, and also we have a string and the string of type array. And the next one is the address field, like line 1 and line 2 of that string types. So these fields are related to your API projects like line 1, line 2, city, state, country, and the postal code. So the first task is to add the all models into your Angular projects, which is related to the API projects. Then after you can design your service classes based on your models classes, because the service is responsible to handle your business logic codes. Okay, and also the service is responsible for calling the endpoints of your API, and on the behalf of the service you can design your front pages. Okay, because the service is actually getting and posting the data into the APIs. So we have a type, that is the cart type. Cart, that after the product, the user is actually added that item into the cart. So what type of the thing you add into the cart, that is the cart type. That is ID and the items, that is cart items type of array. And delivery methods, you can choose your delivery methods first. And the payment intent ID, and the payment intent ID is belong to the stripes. We will add the stripe methods in your payment intent ID. We all know that when I design my API, then on that time I just design the model first. So my database is actually designed first. Now in the card type we have a client secrets and the coupon also. Both are the optional type. So coupon is also a coupon type. So first of all, I want to design the cart items first, and then after I will design the coupon. So again, you can just add the type of the cart items. In the cart item, we all know that these are the fields of which is related to the products actually. So that is the cart items where we have a product ID, product name, price, quantity, picture URL, category, and the types, because the cart item is actually related to your products. And the next one is the coupon where we have a discount, so amount of that is related to the amount, and the percent is actually related to the percents. So name, amount of, percent of, and the promotional code. That is the name, amount of, percent of, promotional code, and the coupon ID. So that is my address where we have a line 1, line 2, city, state, country, and postal code in the users field. Now the next one is to delivery methods. In the delivery methods, we have which types of delivery you want to prefer here. That is the delivery, like the blue dart. That is the name and the description of related to the name, and the price also to the charge with the shipping. So add a new environmental first thing. Okay, so that is the delivery method. I want to just after that I will design it, but first of all I want to add a environment variables where we have some environment settings, like endpoint base URL, and which is related to the production and the development. Both are here, and based on their environment, you can say. Now the next one is to add other things like signal r URL and other things. Like, so first of all you create a constant here, which is that is depends on your static settings. Like production is first to add development, so that is false. And next one is API URL. And what is an API URL? You consider it here, that is empty right now. We will add later. And the next one is the production environment. And here you can add export constant values, like environment export constant environment. Production is true, and that is the API URL, API slash in the at the production side. Okay, so after that we need to add a service here, and that is the shop service, where the first product data's actually getting uh, we will get it in of the product related data. So shop code, that is the, it's not a by mistake I just add the component, but I want to add a service here. So you need to check first that is the component is there. So yeah, it's not there, so you need to add a service here, and that is my service. That is the providing is the root level. So with the help of provide in root, you can access your shop service everywhere in your project. So that is by default, that is singleton. So the base URL is under the environment section. So environment.api URL. Next is to calling the API with the help of the HTTP client library. So you just call inject HTTP client here. And the next one is the types. Types is string type of array. And the next one is the categories, string type of array. Types and the categories are both are the string type of array. And we need to add the get products. Get products is based on the products params, or you can say the show params, so that we can fetch exact data. So let params is new http params, and new http params is first of all to check the parameters like show parameters dot categories, or the brands, or sorry, it's not bad brands, it's a categories dot length is greater than 0. So that means you have a categories. And if you have an categories, then you can say it's simply calling in the query string, that is the params, that with the query string parameter, that is params dot append categories, add into the queues, like show params dot categories dot join with the comma. Okay, thank you very much for watching.